As a disclaimer, Monster Fuckers Anonymous is indeed about wanting to love and have sex with monsters, but we want to make things extremely clear from the get-go. Not all of the chosen monsters will be sapient, but we will not be endorsing zoophilia or bestiality. We will be as transparent and ethical as possible, while also sex positive and mostly having fun.
Vampires that stalk in the night, werewolves that howl to the moon, dragons that loom over the skies. These monsters and more have plagued mortals for millennia, clouding our minds with one singular thought.
Can we fuck 'em?
Fiction or reality, which one should we be? Don't think that I'm that naive to see the fiction or reality of things you've done to me. Now all this stupid shit is on repeat.
Hello, welcome back to another fantastic, wonderful, stupendous episode of MFA, aka Monster Fuckers Anonymous, a show where we talk about monsters, talk about the lore, talk about the media representation, and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, whether or not you enjoying this post-Pride kind of day. This is the first day after Pride, so Joe's gonna come out swinging with all the homophobia they've been saving up all month. So, get ready for those kind of interactions. Whether or not you should be having sex with those monsters. I am your colorful creature consultant cleric, and with me, as always, is our esteemed technical analyst, Joe. Published author by this time, hopefully. Not published author. I mean, you gotta... Would that drop by now or no? Have I just spoiled something?
I don't know. We just cut that part. You stupid.
Just cut that whole part, or just beep the entire thing out.
Cleric, this is the portion of the MFA podcast, truly a podcast within a podcast, wherein I ask you. I guess I haven't really asked you before. How many hours of sleep do you think I've gotten?
Ooh, this is my favorite game to play with you because it does decide the course of the episode. Mm-hmm. You've already alluded that I would be upset by this answer. I'm guessing you got 1 hour. Just one.
I got 4 hours. 2 days ago.
Joe!
So I don't even know what that is mathematically of how long I've been awake.
You've been up for 48 hours.
Yeah.
Joe, that's not healthy. We could end the recording.
No,
I don't mind doing that right now.
No, literally, I know it's not healthy, but like my body, even with my meds, doesn't address the sleep stuff, honestly. So I'm just like, it's not like, obviously it's a health thing, but it's like, I am not dysfunctional right now. Like I have a whole thing.
Okay. All right.
I've done other episodes also horribly sleep addled more so than I am right now.
MFA, we promote a healthy work environment.
No, I don't know how far or deep we want to get into it. Just insomnia is a bitch, and I get everybody.
That. Yeah, insomnia is tough, so I'm not gonna. Out of the bit, I'm not gonna fucking like be like, wow, Joe, what is the disgusting? I'm like, nah, life is like.
Why don't you just close your eyes and try?
Yeah. Have you tried white noise? Usually that helps. You know what I helps? Chamomile tea. Have you tried that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That makes me shit.
And that should help you sleep. Stupid.
I just shit myself to sleep.
Yeah, just shit yourself to sleep.
Oh my fucking god.
All right, let's end this podcast with a podcast. I actually started this episode. So as you might know, because we're just goofing off, it's just the two of us today. Actually, not even Kez is here. We are fucking free balling it right now.
We spent the first 2 to 3 minutes just like catching up.
Yeah, we just started talking about our lives, and we were like, "Oh shit, we have to record. We have a limited amount of time to record.
We only have 113 minutes left, so let's make it count, baby.
Let's make it count, baby. So it's literally only the two of us. So since it's the two of us, we're gonna continue what we've been doing, kind of with It's Just the Two, and going through kind of the 7 deadly sins of humanity. Maybe we'll get to the virtues. We probably won't, but
what kind of fucking monster is kindness?
Well, like there's monsters that I wouldn't say. Okay, so I think the best description of what we're talking about is we're using monsters that kind of embody these ideas. Like we know someone who's super prideful, not that they're a pride demon, but it's someone who's like a monster who's got a lot of pride. And gluttony, or actually, spoiler, we're talking about if we're going by the virtues, that it would just be like a monster that we know has exhibited kindness, like it's or patience, temperance, things like that. But we'll get to that bridge when we cross it. Or fuck it, that's not how that saying goes.
We'll set that bridge on fire when there's a child on it.
London Bridge will be falling down when we get there. So
when Fergie dies.
What?
I don't know.
Why Fergie?
Because she sang the song.
London Bridge is falling down?
Yes.
She sang that?
Yes. There's literally, if you look up a London whatever by Fergie, it'll be.
There's a specific. Okay, you're talking about another song. I thought you were talking about the nursery rhyme.
She just randomly nursery rhyme a whole crowd. She pisses herself as she sings London Bridge is falling down.
Why is she pissed? I'm moving on. I'm not doing this right now.
Didn't she piss herself on stage?
Did she? No, that's another artist. I think that was like an Australian artist who did that. Like she took a fan and pissed right on his face. We're getting so off track. This is why we need guys. This is why we need guys. What the fuck is happening? Okay. Everyone, so today's topic is we're going to be going down our second to last deadly sin, which is gluttony. I said it a little spoiler before, but gluttony. Now, Joe, do you know what the difference between gluttony and all the other sins are? Let me ask that first.
Yeah, honestly, like gluttony, lust, and greed all start to phase into each other for me. Most like they're extremely similar. My pick will very briefly touch on the similarities between gluttony and greed. But gluttony is in as far as all the themes that we've done. Lust is I don't even know how to describe lust, but
it's the
greed,
desire for another. I think for lust, it's the desire of
the coveting
of something individual. Because I think that's the big thing with all three of these is it goes on by scale. Because you have a lust for life and lust for an individual, but that's individualistic.
Lust Greed for travel.
But that's very individualistic of your own desires, not for it's not going to affect other people. You got greed, which is to covet of your own things. But you're also can be very good examples of greed is like Scrooge McDuck. He had a whole bunch of wealth, but he wasn't willing to spend it on others. And even if
that's where envy also gets weird.
Yeah, it's the wanting what everyone else has, but hoarding it for yourself. While gluttony is the indulgence, the excess, and the indulgence.
Yeah, the indulgence.
You can be you can have the wealth that like greed has, but you're spending it. You don't give a shit, or you're eating, or you're consuming everything around you. You got like a glutton for punishment. You're to the detriment of others. You're going to indulge in your desires.
Yeah,
and that's kind of I think where gluttony comes through. Sorry, I was literally thinking about this in the shower right before the recording, where I was thinking about the differences because like you said, like they all blend together at a certain point, and I was really trying to pinpoint where they were different. And so I think you hit it very. I think you were we were on the same wavelength here of trying to like differentiate these monsters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think gluttony. I think gluttony nowadays is something that's definitely attribute to like rich people and billionaires or whatever indulging in resources that literally are depleting because of them. If anything, I would like, I'm not entirely religious, or I don't even know, but I guess that's like the closest thing that feels like a metaphysical spiritual sin to me. That sort of thing. I think gluttony is gluttony in its excess is crazy.
Yeah, even the concept of it, because I think a lot of people really get onto the eating, because when people think of gluttony, you think of like a character just consuming a lot of food, just always like it's portrayed in media, which is a negative portrayal. I'll be very real of someone who's usually very like consuming a lot of food. They're a glutton, they're a pig. They use words like that, which I think is a very negative, because that's not really the consumption of food. While it's the main one, it's not what gluttony is about. Gluttony is indulgence. It's indulging in things to the extreme. That's a problem. That's a detriment to who you can be as a person and to the people around you. Because if you indulge yourself if you only indulge yourself in the pleasures of life or just in the thing that you think is good and deprive others of what they need or deprive others of their independence, then that's in itself worse than even lusting after somebody or greedily hoarding something for yourself. It's indulging and wasting it. It's wasteful.
So now let's talk about the gluttons that we would fuck.
Yeah, 100%. Let's get into that. Sorry for that metaphysical conversation there where we got fucking shout out to the religious trauma we both have that we just made us have that conversation. But yeah, we each picked a monster that we think represents gluttony or that we think at least has some little bit of things to do with it. I picked one, Joe picked one, and Kez has picked one. And Kez is not here to defend their pick, so this is going to be a fucking adventure and a half when we get to that point. So as you know how the show goes, we're going to talk about it, rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, whether or not you should be fucking them. At the end of the episode, we're going to have a top 3 of glutton monsters that you should fuck and see where they stack up to the rest of our monsters. Because I was looking over the list earlier today, and damn, that is a wild fucking list that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Just even our top 10 is fucking bonkers. Optimus Prime is in the top 10. As well as a Goomba. So if you haven't listened to an episode before and you're wondering where those two stack up, know that the Goomba ranks higher than Optimus Prime. Anyways.
Yeah.
Joe, you want to get started? You want to get started?
I would love to get started.
All right. Well, it's my turn to go first. So I've picked a monster that I love, and I think is a different interpretation of what gluttony is, and is one that I have a lot of fond memories with. And I'm very excited to talk about this, especially since it's going to be another one of my special interest corners. Get ready for it, everybody, because I've picked from Digimon Tamers, Beelzemon. In the digital world, all life exists in balance. Where there is fire, there is water. Where there is life, there must be death. And where there is virtue, there must be sin. Thus, the 7 demon lords of the digital world were born, to fight against the forces of good and corrupt the digital world to their bidding. But one demon lord walks a solitary path, riding on a motorcycle, donned in leather, craving battle but never harming the weak, having a ravenous hunger to challenge the strong. Beelzemon, demon lord of gluttony in the digital world, constantly seeks his next meal, his next battle. So I love Beelzemon. I love because they come from one of my favorite series.
I had no idea this was him. Like I've seen this person so often.
Yeah, he's of Tamer. Well, Digimon Tamer is one of my favorite digital series of all time. I'm actually going to start rewatching it soon. I know I talk about it very often. But Beelzemon, especially in the series that is Digimon Tamer, is such an interesting character because he has one of the best redemption arcs in the series, which makes him such a much more compelling character. So when we first meet Beelzemon, he's not Beelzemon, he's Impmon, which Impmon is a rookie Digimon. He's kind of like this trickster character. He's like trying to lead the other Digimon partners astray and bring them to like kind of betray their partners and just kind of fight people. Because Impmon wants to become strong, but not for the right reasons. We find out later that Beelzemon or Impmon had Digimon partners. Which were these 2 twins who kept trying to like pull them apart. Like they wanted priority each, like because they were little kids. They're basically like 8, not even 8, like 6 or 8.
Impmon is the rookie of Beelzemon. Oh my god! Wait, yes. I'm like looking at these these creatures as you're saying this. So Impmon develops a hatred for humanity because these 2 humans, his 2 little twin humans, were like pulling him apart and like wanting to be like, he's mine, and not valuing his own autonomy. And because he didn't want to be around them fighting, he was like, humans suck. All Digimon are better than humans. I'm going to like try to become powerful. So he goes around kind of messing around, trying to lure the other digital monsters. The problem is he encounters someone better than him. An ultimate Digimon that beats the absolute fucking bricks off him, like straight up humbles him. And
Immon at a certain point is like, oh my god, no one can beat him. He's just too strong. But then the other the other tamers pull up, and all the Digimon evolve in front of him, and he sees that they're getting more powerful with the bond of their partners, and he hates that because he's like, why couldn't I? I want to get strong on my own. How are they getting stronger? How come they have a good partnership? Why digital partners weren't that good? How come they can be better? So he's like now in his low point. He's at his rock bottom. He's not strong. He wants to get strong. So when all of them go to the digital world, because there's a point of the series where they go to the digital world, they come back.
Yeah.
Impmon gets tempted by a big bad to evolve into his mega form, Beelzemon. Now, Beelzemon craves battle, indulges in it, wants to fight, wants to be able to fight all that. So when he gets to his mega form, he gets one. His task is to kill the Digitamers, like kill the kids and kill the Digimon.
Fuck.
And at a certain point, he succeeds. He starts beating the bricks off of everybody. He pulls out, he has like 2 shotguns on his back. He's riding on a motorcycle. He starts blasting bitches. It's fucking crazy. He does. He shoots the kids.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
At a certain, but again, our local Digimon red shirt pulls up, Leomon. Now, we've met Leomon for a while. Leomon is the definition of a red shirt in the series. He's gotten killed more times than anybody else. The issue is, Beelzemon, in the first time in the series, there's this little girl, Jerry. Jerry's super kind. Jerry's super nice. She's like, hey.
Jerry?
Her name's Jerry, yeah. Jerry's like, Leomon and me are, like, she's the first one to get a digital partner in the digital world. So she loves Leomon. Leomon's bravery, blah, blah, blah. Leomon steps in when Beelzemon's kicking everyone's ass and almost killing everybody, being like, hey, King, this isn't what power's about. Power's about, like, helping the weak. And Beelzemon's like, shut the fuck up, you dumbass, stupid, half lion, half man shit. And straight up rips into his stomach, like puts a hole in his chest and absorbs him, eats him up. Yeah, no, he does. And then just eats him, basically absorbs his digital data. And this is the first time in the series, just in Digimon, in time, like other Digimon have died before. This is the first time a partner Digimon has completely died, like done. Like Leomon really doesn't return for the rest of the series. He's dead. Jerry loses her partner. So, of course, everyone goes fucking bananas. Takato goes crazy. Everybody goes mad. And Beelzemon's like, I just ate your bestie. What the fuck you gonna do about it, bitch? And, he does have a redemption. So at this point, I know I've talked for a bit. What are you thinking? What's going through your mind right now, Joe? As I've described this man.
So, I mean, I just remembered / realized that Digimon is incredibly apt. Like, I wonder if we even did a Digimon monster throughout this little series of ours.
We've done I think 2.
I don't remember. But like their what are they called? The crystals, the virtues,
the crests.
The crests. There we go. The crests are all related to like certain virtues and vices as well.
Yes, that's in the first series. In Digimon 1, each child represents a kind of crest, a kind of virtue, but also just a trait that each child kind of both embodies and needs.
Yes.
Because there's the quick tangent. It's courage, friendship, kindness, sincerity, love, hope, reliability, and I want to say light. Yeah, I think I hit all 8. So those are the original Digimon. So each of them embody those kind of ideals and who they are.
Yeah.
And in this series, that's the original. So the original one is about, hey, be who you are. I think Digimon the best described Digimon is that the series is all about it's okay to grow up. It's okay to evolve, and it's okay to be like you can't remain a kid. Things are going to happen, but it's okay to adapt and grow and change who you are, which happens to Beelzemon. Because we see a redemption arc that happens. Because Beelzemon feels bad about killing. He does eventually feel bad about killing Leomon, but none of the kids forgive him. Like when he loses the first fight, and Takato's like, "I'm gonna kill you now because you killed Leomon," and Beelzemon's like, "Do it, pussy." Jerry's like, "Hey, don't kill him." And I was like, "Jerry, you forgive him for killing Leomon?" Jerry's like, "No, I fucking hate him, and I'll hate him till the day he dies. But I'm done with people dying around me. So let him spare him, but get him the fuck out of my face. I don't ever want to see this man again." So Beelzemon's like, damn, that's kind of crazy. I can't believe he did this to me. Jerry gets possessed by a demon. I won't get into that.
Oh my god.
She does. She gets possessed by a demon. crazy things happen. He actually goes back to meet with his kids, his Digimon partners, because he wants to figure out like, hey, those guys all got stronger by being with the Digiparchers, and I tried doing it on my own, and I was a piece of shit. So let me see what's going on. He meets the kids, and the kids are like, yo, we figured out our problems. We're not going to pull you apart anymore. It was our issues, not you. And so, yeah. What you thinking after that yawn?
So
Beelzemon, his gluttony is for power.
Yes, he represents a glutton for a glutton for battle. I guess the proper term would be a lust for battle, but also a glust. He's a gluttony for it because he'll also once he be a glust, but also he will absorb that when he kills you, like he did with Leomon. He absorbs the digital data, so you can't go back to the cycle of reincarnation, which is the kind of like the digital go back to being
exactly.
He absorbs it, and it becomes your part of his data. And he actually uses the techniques that's how he actually saves Jerry, because Jerry, again, gets possessed by a demon. And then Jerry's like trapped in a little orb, and Beelzebub's the only one who can save him or save her. And he goes up, he's like trying to get her to her, and she's like, fuck off. I don't fuck with you. I don't even want to get saved by you. I don't fuck with you. Get the fuck out of my face. And then in order to rescue her, he uses Leomon's move, Feast of the Beast King, and breaks open the thing. And that's when Jerry's like, damn, Leomon is with you. You took in his lessons. I do forgive you. But there's like a whole big redemption arc that happens that like needs to go through.
I love that. I love that there's also a redemption arc. I'm a fucking sucker for the obviously villains that you get to like learn their intentions throughout a series. And he looks fucking great.
He
Amazing
looks great.
outfit.
Let's talk about his appearance real quick. I know I've gone a lot about who he is. Let's talk about his appearance. Motherfucker got 3 eyes, mask up. He got a little stubble on his face, leather jacket up. He's got belts on belts, guns on his side. He's coming in on a motorcycle. This is bad boy material. He's by himself. He's a solitary.
You know the T-boy swag on someone with thousands of belts on their body.
I would 100% say yes. This is 100% true.
And the micro penis on this guy.
The micro penis on this guy, or the mega clit this guy, dude. Crazy.
Incredible.
To paint you a little picture of who I think, if you were to meet Beelzemon and if you could give him a little kiss, is this is your like
you kiss like the an microphone.
I think this is like, I always go with a bar situation because that's like, hey, sometimes you meet people like that.
Because you're an alcoholic. This is a joke.
Okay. I'm not. Everyone, don't worry. I'm good. But this is the kind of situation where you're in a bar. This alpha male bro kind of comes up to you, and he's kind of just like, he's super tall, super. He's like, hey, mama, like, what you trying to do? Blah blah blah. Like, he tries to like put on the moves for you. And this is a certain night where you're feeling frisky. Like, you're like, usually you would shut him down and just walk away, but you're like, yeah, what the fuck are you gonna do, man? Yeah, no, you're just like, what the fuck are you gonna do? And he's like, oh, and then you see him get flustered because someone is finally like talking, and you notice like, oh no, he's a little bitch. He's bottom. He's like he's doing all this alpha boy shit.
Yeah.
If I like press him
on Twitter, there was this text post or this like art whatever, like a girl waves a boy over. The boy comes over. And then the boy's like, oh, did you need anything? And the girl was just like, no, I was just checking. I was just trying to see if you would obey. Literally that.
Yeah, no, that hits different. That'd be me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that would be like that. And he'd do a little like a little whimper, and that's it. It's it. The switch is flipped. So everyone on the outside, like, will see this, like, whole, but, like, you're riding on the back of his motorcycle, he's driving around, he's challenging people to fight, and I was like, oh my god, like, this is such a bad boy. I bet he's, like really just ruining everything for them. And then as soon as the door is closed in the bedroom, you're on top of him saying, good boy, and he's whimpering, and he's just like,
We have discussed the accessibility of Digimon in general, and they're pretty accessible.
Yeah, to be honest. It depends on the world you are. It depends on, if we live in the world, it depends on which series we're on. If we're going by Tamers, yes.
Is he gonna shoot us on motorcycles, IRL, or
no? He'll challenge you to a fight. He doesn't, because if you're weaker than him, then he won't do that. He doesn't harm the weak.
Right.
That is a canonical
that's a very interesting thing for someone called Beelzemon.
Yeah, he has a certain amount of pride in himself, which is just like, I'm a demon lord. I'm gonna constantly be challenging people, but I'm not gonna fight someone who's weaker than me. That's fucking rude. That's a waste of my time. It's a waste of your time.
That's
And I'm not
rude.
yeah, it's just straight up rude. But I will beat the shit out of somebody who I think is like, when I find someone powerful, we're going to swing. It's on site. Like, it's going to be like a big old battle, and one of us is gonna make it out alive. One of us won't. But if it's just I'm not gonna beat up a Denny's employee. I'm not gonna fucking do that. I have standards.
Standards. Yeah, absolutely. Wanna jump on into the scale?
Yeah, let's do it. I know I've talked a lot today. I've done a lot. I did a big old rant. So let's get into it. How possibility is accessible in the digital world? If we were to be transported to the digital world, for Beelzemon specifically, I would say not that common, because he's a demon lord.
He's just one compared to Meramon, where there could be many?
Depends on what lore you go by. I'm gonna go with the lore that the 7 demon lords are always very rare, and there's always usually just one of them existing at a time.
They're demon lords.
Yeah, there's other media where there's many different demon lords. Like, you'll find Lilithmons kind of around, or like there are some resting ones, but mostly there's usually just one solitary one. So it's only one. He travels around, though. He is constantly like moving to challenge people. So unlike the other demon lords who are like up in their towers and commanding armies, he's gonna find you around. So it's more accessible than them, less accessible than Meramon. So I would give this about a 3.
A 3.
Yeah.
I'm really just like, this episode might just be me, the both you and I just sitting around and just being like, that sounds about right. Because I'm for sure bringing a property that you've not heard of.
We've both chosen our special interests, and now we're just gonna be like, the other person has to like listen and be like, that sounds makes sense.
That sounds about right.
That adds up.
3 makes sense to me. Sure.
Shout out to the special interests.
Attractiveness is a 10.
10. Look at him. Masked up, blonde hair on the side, little spit of stubble. Mwah, mwah. Hands, gripping your neck.
He
you
used
already
to be
know.
A little baby. Little imp baby.
He's got fucking boots. The boots. Oh my god. Yes. Audacity. It's pretty audacious. He's a demon lord.
It's a demon lord. He likes to fight. Beelzebub,
mom. He likes to fight, but if you and your digital parcher are able to beat the shit out of him, kisses all around.
Kisses all around.
Kisses all around. 4. And yes, I'm being biased.
Sounds about right.
What the fuck is this episode? Kaz, we miss you. Kaz, come back. Look at us. Look at where we're at.
Parental acceptance, though.
Not happening. Absolutely not happening. He's a demon lord. He doesn't shift. He wants to fight. There's no kindness there. He's literally the bad boy your parents are afraid of when, like, you're gonna hop on a motorcycle and disappear. This is. Do
Digimon? What are their clothes situation? Can they like digi get away? Get off? Doff?
What do you mean by that?
Like how do clothes interact with their bodies? I guess like are they able to just take their clothes off, or does it
I think
evaporate?
So. Some of them take off their clothes, take off items. Like the boots aren't melded to him. Like he can take off he isn't just like.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
the jacket isn't part of his skin.
Great to know, because we can give him another outfit. We can maybe say, hey, Mom and Dad, I am in love with this guy. He has leprosy. That's why he's wearing the mask. And you can never meet him. That's why he
has 3 eyes.
Yeah. We're going to cover that, probably.
And that's why his fingernails are as long as a fucking ice pick.
Beelzemon, if you could just change your entire body for my parents.
No.
There's no autonomy in that whatsoever.
There's no.
What makes it a 2 compared to a 1?
I mean, if I hop on a motorcycle and drive off, I ain't never talk to my parents again. So why do I need their acceptance?
And there could be the flash of the understanding of maybe Rockstar or something, maybe touring, not. hopefully for like Hillsong or something, but perhaps not. 2 sounds good to me.
All right. Well, we got our same to me scores. So, Joe, let's do it. Let's pause for math.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Kez, your editor, your producer, your friend? No, that's far too intimate. I'm here to thank the people who've been supporting us on Ko-fi. That's Gwendolyn, Amelia G, Christian J, Daydori, Kima, and Soren. Thank you all so much. Our members on Ko-fi can listen to the outtakes from this episode, where we had a very different third monster, but had to scrap it because I made a small little mistake. And you can check out our scoreboard that goes over every monster we've rated on this show. Our tiers start at $3 a month, but we will be making some small adjustments over the course of our break. We'll be sure to let you know about that in more detail later. Speaking of our break, over the course of September, there will be no MFA episodes. That means after our next episode, we're going to be out for a month. But we will be back in October with some brand new episodes, hopefully a revigorated energy, and some more monsters to talk about. In the meantime, you can keep up with us by following us on what I will still be calling Twitter. And if you want to support the show, you can leave us a rating on Spotify, or you can leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We would love it if you did. But that's all from me for now. You've been lovely, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode.
All right, Joe, what are the scores?
Okie dokie.
Okie
So
dokie.
Beelzemon, between the both of us, a solid 4.8.
Really? I thought he'd be higher.
It's 3, 4, 2, and then the 110.
Yeah, I know, but I wanted him to be higher. It's whatever. I get it. Our math checks out, but
Out of the other 4.8s, we have Meramon, Queen Tyranny, Skulker, and Zagreus.
Okay. All right, Joe.
Okay.
What monster do you bring? What are you bringing to the table? Let's see if it's higher than a 4.8 here. Because if it's the last thing if it's the last monster I know that we talked to, you're taking off your glasses. You're putting on sunglasses. Okay. What's going on here? Why is the?
I'm taking you back.
Whoa! Why is rock music playing?
To 2007.
What the fuck is happening?
I'm swinging my katana sword, and my hundreds of novels of Higurashi When They Cry is on my bedstand. I sleep next to those babies all the time. I have a questionably positioned figurine of a girl.
What the fuck is happening?
And I'm excitedly going to watch the first episode of Umineko When They Cry. Umineko meaning the seagulls, when the seagulls cry, because the Higurashi is another reference to.
What is happening?
I bring to you in a raining, sparkling ray of light, red truth light, Beelzebub, but girl.
Oh my god. I don't know what any of this shit means. Why is there rock music playing? Just read your description.
This was my bit.
It was a good bit.
I hope you enjoyed it.
No, it was really good.
Okay. Beelzebub is amongst the 6 sister stakes of Purgatory, the gluttonous second youngest. Despite her presumably sweet disposition and iconic twin pigtails, Beelzebub still upholds the Epicurean demon's values. She loves food and those who make her food, but given the command, she will sadistically and brutally murder her master's playthings. When the command is to make a friend, however, she'll do that just fine.
So the sunglasses are coming off post-description?
Yeah, because I can't see very well with them. So what's your exposure to Higurashi Umineko, general expansion 07 shit.
Oh, that's a great question. Honestly, super glad you asked. I have an extensive nothing to know about it.
That's incredible. Like, have you never even like seen YouTube troll poop videos or whatever of Higurashi?
What the fuck does that mean, Joe?
All right, well, so Beelzebub.
We're just moving past it?
Is yeah, there's nothing else to say. Beelzebub is a collection of the six. Not sorry. Did I say six or seven?
Six. You said six.
I'm a fucking idiot. Whatever. I'm gonna show you some pictures.
Okay.
So this is what Beelzebub looks like, harkening back to an iconic outfit in Higurashi, and then I'll send you a picture of all the sisters.
Oh, she got the
more.
Okay, she's got the iconic evil villain twin iconic drills. Loving that.
Yes, exactly.
They all have the same face. Is that supposed to be right?
They're doing a visual novel. They have to make 1,000 frames. You got to do what you got to do.
This is the same fucking person.
It's not. So these are all of the 7 stakes of purgatory. Obviously we have Beelzebub. We have Beelzebub and then Asmodeus at the top. Asmodeus is the one with the longer pigtails. Belphegor has the like bangs.
They all have bangs.
Oh shit, that's
all of them. They all
you're
have
right.
bangs.
The black side ponytail.
Okay.
That's oh shit, Leviathan which is Envy. No, fuck. That's
Joe is going through it.
They're all girls.
Going through it.
They're all girls. They're all women. Satan is the one with the white hair. That's just important to know.
Just Satan.
Actually, arguably the most important is Lucifer, who is like standing center there, because all of the sisters, they laugh and like they're so family oriented and they play together, and they bully the shit out of their older sister when she all the weight of being the eldest daughter is put onto her back. But we're talking about Beelzebub. She's the second youngest. There's no shareholders. I don't know, whatever. But she can also, as well as the rest of her sisters, can turn into literal metal stakes. That have viciously and brutally murdered the main character of Umineko's family countless timelines, time and time again.
Damn. Okay, that's sad.
And they would do it gleefully,
I mean, sometimes you gotta gleefully murder your, some random fucking dude that you don't know.
Yeah. And when the main character, his name is Battler, also received a bad ending during the anime, they all killed him.
Oh, nice. They all just ate him snake-wise, just nom.
Just imagine being staked to death so much at every angle that you are unidentifiable.
So I'm sorry, are you saying staked or are you saying snaked?
Stake. Like they turn into like
sticks.
Stabbing metal sticks, yeah. But they're also these beautiful girls, and they have like really cool like holographic swords that come out of like a gauntlet that's just made of pure magic. They are servants or furniture of a witch.
Okay. This is confusing.
And it just whatever I say right now is how I feel listening to you talk about Digimon. So
all
don't
right.
worry.
Well, I think I'm a little bit more succinct, but okay.
No, you are. You absolutely are. You have hours of sleep on top of me. So Beelzebub, what makes her stand out, which I will finally get into, is that I will say we're going more cliche as far as gluttony goes. We started real hot with Beelzemon encompassing so much humanity.
Yeah.
The thing with Beelzebub is that along with all of the servants as like a category or like a class of people in Umineko, she as well as her sisters believe that they are furniture to the Golden Witch. So already that verbiage,
not good,
vernacular, whatever, not fantastic.
Not liking that.
And I guess to be fair, they are literal metal weapons, that have gained sentience, but it's still bad.
Yeah.
It is still bad.
Yeah.
But I will say they're all one-dimensional.
There are no characteristics there. She food.
Loves to eat. One of the like many rare pairs back in the day was her and an old guy who was the chef servant that she killed.
Oh, she just murders him.
Yeah. And everyone was just like, oh my God, like, wouldn't they like love each other in another life?
Another life. In another life.
In the Wikipedia, I don't know where the fuck this information even comes from, but she does also talk about how she will do whatever she can to eat whatever she wants, and she hates when people are eating delicious food on the TV because she wants to be there eating the food, and she will go out of her way, apparently, to kidnap people and to maybe eat them.
This is not adding up to be someone good, Joe.
But I will say,
to be someone
again,
good.
just as much as they are being commanded, because their every sort of move is related to that. So there's this whole power struggle that is just part of your relationship.
Yeah.
On top of her potentially murdering you at any time. If the command is to be your friend, she will have a great sleepover.
Oh, okay.
She'll bring the snacks. Her presence throughout the sisters is it's less stressful because all she talks about is food and like snacks.
Okay. So if you are
everyone is just like, there's no fucking pressure talking to Beelzebub.
Well, if you're a feedy, well, that works out for you, I guess.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
So here's, can I describe a little situation to you of what I'm feeling right now about this person? Because it's not great.
Yeah.
I'll be real, it's not great.
Yeah.
This is somebody that you meet, maybe at a restaurant, you see them eating a lot. They have you go to a buffet and they have everything like on like a giant pile of like food, like even like anime style. You're like, it's reaching up to the ceiling and they're just clearing plate after plate. And you're just like, wow, I want to see who's like fucking doing all this. You go over to them, you see this beautiful.
Who's fucking it up?
Yeah,
over
who's
there?
just fucking going to town. And so you go over and you see this beautiful girl and you're just like, wow, oh my God, I don't know what it is, but this is such a weird contrast that I want to talk to her. So you go over, you like make some small talk and she's like looking over at you. She's like, okay, haha, like, yeah, let's talk. And she finds out she's like, oh, you're a cook? You do a lot of cooking? Wow, that's so interesting in between bites. And you guys like hit it off, maybe go on a couple of dates. Things are going well. But then she's like, hey, do you want to come over real quick? And you're like, yeah, I'd love to. You go up to her apartment. Her apartment seems fine. And she starts talking. She's like, yeah, I live here with my sisters and my mom.
All six of my sisters.
All six of my sisters and my mom. You're just like, oh, okay. Then you enter her room and it's all dark. And you're like, what's going on? And then boom, get hit in the back of the head. You wake up. You're naked.
Yeah.
Your dick is out. Everything's out. And there she is.
This happened in the anime.
I know. It's a trope in anime. Your dick is out. Everything's out. You turn around. It's her. And she's like, sorry, my mom said that I needed to, I was given the order to befriend you. And now I need to just make sure that you'll never, because she needs something from you or some shit.
I see.
Like you'll always listen to me.
Totally.
And then like, she ends up just doming you a lot and like but mostly she's like taking orders from somebody else. This is not somebody who cares about you. Not even that cares about you. This is someone who like will kidnap you, treat you like shit unless she's told otherwise by the person in charge. And if you're not the one in charge, she don't care. It's like if somebody else has a dom, but like you're a dom, you're a sub,
You're a secondary.
Yeah. Is that a thing?
Maybe even less than that.
Is that a thing where there's like a dom and then there's a sub and there's a sub of the sub? Is that a thing?
I'm sure there is, Grandpa.
What the fuck? All right, I'm not super known on dom professional dom sub dynamics. Dominatrixes and dominates have a lot of things I don't know, and I'm respectful and I want to learn. Hit my lineup. I don't know. Teach me.
I'm not up to date on all the
terms.
Things. Yeah.
Hit my lineup. Teach me.
I did just rant at you, I think, for 5 minutes about how the many ways that this girl can kill you.
Yeah, you did. You did.
And it doesn't even help that there's just so much Okay, so would you believe me
No.
if I said,
No.
okay, Umineko is about, I'm not going to tell you what Umineko is about. I'm going to tell you just parts of it.
Okay.
There is a magic reality where magic exists.
Okay.
And that is what the main character of Umineko is attempting to disprove, that witches don't exist. Because his entire family gets murdered. And a witch comes to him and is like, we're going to go through thousands of timelines before I engrave it into your mind that magic exists. And he's like, no. So just as there is magic reality timelines, there is the anti-magic timelines that exist. And the murder of his family that seemed to be entirely fantastical is explained through the lens of this whole other thing. It's such Umineko spoilers. Honestly, Fate is really hard to get into. Umineko is even harder to get into.
Because I want you to do, while Joe is talking, to just slowly fade them out and just do wah 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 wah, and that's how I feel right now.
Yeah.
Of like, I don't know what you want. Let's just jump to the. I don't know what the fuck to do with that information. I don't know. I'm so confused.
But this is not her stake form isn't the anti-magic reality form. She is a maid.
She's a maid?
She's a maid that was an orphan.
Okay, see, that also fits into her personality of taking, like, she takes orders. She's a maid. She, like, does what she's told.
Yeah.
This is not somebody who has independent, like, thought. She's not unless she gets told to fuck you, that ain't happening. Unless she gets told to, like, and if she is told to fuck you, she will do it in the worst way, like, in, like, we're getting this done. And then she'll probably vor you. You brought a vor character, Joe.
I hope so.
I'm dropping into the Popo scale. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm moving on.
Let's speedrun this.
Let's speedrun this.
Because there's nothing to talk about. I just wanted to go crazy. Possibility, it's you have to have proximity to witches and be on one specific island off of Japan.
2.
So probably 1.
2. Okay, sure. 1. I'll stay with a 2. You know, I don't know your life. Reality could be different for you.
Then I'm gonna say 2 as well because I want to. Attractiveness. She's not a 10.
She's not a 10. I'll be real.
Satan is way more attractive than Beelzebub.
I'm a fan
Belphegor.
Of like the villainess drill style because I'm a fan of villainesses in general.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little bit more than me, but also, like you said, she's not as interesting as their other sisters. I'm gonna give this like a 6.
I'm giving her an 8 because I do love her a lot. Audacity.
1.
Yeah,
she's a demon. She turns into a steak.
This one's probably a 1.
She'll eat you. She needs the orders to do it. I don't know. But parental acceptance, I'm putting it a 9.
Okay, tell me why.
So the reason being, say you're in a relationship with her. If you're getting to meet your parents, the assumption here is that we're in a long-standing something. Like something is happening that you need to meet my parents. When that does,
my parents have seen me and this girl together before.
When that happens, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, they're like, hey, this isn't an order, but it is a request. Can you be kind to my parents? And just hide like any demon things, like or witch or magic stuff. Can you just be kind to my parents? And it'll work. She'll be like, okay, cool, I can do that. She'll eat a lot, which my mother will love. My mother loves feeding people. Shout out to all that. So it's like, hey, listen, boom, all the food you hear, she's gonna love it, and she's gonna be able to charm my parents because like there's the order or the request is there to do that. So I think this would work out if I brought if I brought her around to my parents.
You know what? On a cultural standpoint that you have brought to this anime girl, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
However, I have to give it a 7 because she's gonna be a bitch. And the thing is, I love her to death. She's the most delusional person ever. If I were to even encounter someone as high maintenance as her, or like just like anything, if she like ever complained to me about like one thing, I don't wait in line for anything, and she would want to fucking be there for the best buffet.
Yeah, she'd be like the type to see a stunt food on TikTok and take you over to that restaurant, but the restaurant's now full of everything. You're just like, this shit is ass. Like, there's like, if for me who sometimes not in here resides in New York, everyone stunt food is everywhere. And if I'm getting dragged to every expensive stunt food place all over fucking New York and Brooklyn, I'm gonna be tight. I'll be real. That's not happening. Sometimes I just want something simple. I want something reliable. I'm not eating a $75 skirt steak and it's the size of my fucking hand, like nothing.
That's ridiculous.
I'm not paying $75 for that and like crinkle cut fries. You got me fucked up. There's a place like that in New York.
Absolutely.
And I ain't eating there. I ain't doing it.
And what we don't see is a child in the back crinkle cutting the fries by hand.
I don't give a shit about that.
Which is also part of the expense.
Oh my god, that child has crinkled fries crying.
The child's gonna get juvenile arthritis.
And he deserves it. Scores.
I'm giving her a 7. But that being said, our score is still rounded out. I can give you the math right now.
No, I want to take a second to eat something. You know what? Let's eat something in spite of her, okay?
Okay. I can't eat anything, so I'll just sit here.
Yeah, just sit here and watch me eat my Taco Bell. Joe, what's the scores after you've done watching me eat? I finished my meal. I burped. I did everything.
Cleric. Although you have done me wrongly in that way that you have eaten food in front of me as I am not eaten.
Mm-hmm. Starve.
I have.
Starve.
We're twinsies. So from Beelzemon, Beelzemon was a 4.0, obviously. But Beelzebub girl is a 4.5 between the two of us.
Okay.
We're holding twin pigtails together.
The Shining type beat.
Yeah.
What is that in between? What is that around?
Amongst the ranks of King DDD and I almost said Splendid Man. Splendid Man. That's a different story. That's a different cryptid.
Again, for those of you wondering, we're not changing our scoring, but I will say our ranking is something.
It sure is something.
I just imagine the three of them like sitting at a table, just looking at each other, being like, "We all got the same score," and just a girl, a giant penguin, and a demon from another, like a shadow demon, just sharing lunch. All right, that's fun. But we've gone through mine, we've gone through yours, and now it's time for Kez, who isn't here to provide us with her pick. Joe, what do you think she's gonna pick?
I don't know. She gave us a scarecrow.
Honestly, Kez's pick can fucking rank from anything. So you're right. We should be scared. So how about this? We're gonna open it up in 3, 2, 1. We're back at it. We're back at it again. One of our favorite properties to pull from. We're back at it again.
Oh, did we ever pull from?
We've pulled from it.
Oh, you did Envy. I'm sorry.
We pulled from it almost every single episode for this theme.
Oh, that's right. We just haven't done a deadly whatever the fuck. Read the description.
All right, let's get it. Gluttony the Voracious is the homunculus created from Father's own Gluttony. Fast, frenzying, and ferocious when provoked, nothing will get between him and his next meal. That is, unless lust tells him not to, betraying his docile nature when under command. It's our boy Gluttony. We finally got to him, folks. We got to him.
We finally did it.
The Nom Nom boy himself, the embodiment of just ferocious
Nom Nom boy
eating. The indulge. He truly is the indulgence that we talked about earlier in the intro. Because man will eat anything.
What did we do for lust even? I don't remember.
Lust, we did. You did a succubus, like a certain succubus. I did. Moving on, Gluttony is such an interesting. Gluttony is such an interesting just character in general because he's very, like you said, he's very innocent. He's very kind. Apparently,
you said that.
Oh, okay. I was trying to banter, Joe. Do some banter here.
I'm so
have
sorry.
some conversation.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Clark, Mr. 34.
This will be coming out of your paycheck, so remember that. Anyways,
I understand.
no, so it's described. Gluttony is described as like this kind, docile kind of person who doesn't even understand that when he eats people, that they die. Like he's completely unaware. He just likes it. He's just so involved.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know. Apparently, he doesn't think that. That's not a part of it. Like, it doesn't cross his mind. And that's because he's so obsessed with the indulgence of it. And I think this is the pure form of gluttony that we are trained or we are seeing a lot in society, is he just indulges. He doesn't care about the consequences. He doesn't care about the things that go on post or after he does he eats. He just wants to consume. And that's all he cares about.
I guess to be fair, also he's a failed portal.
He is. Yeah. His other
Yeah.
failed portal form is gross. It's gross and does not look good. Just a giant eye in the middle.
It's pretty crazy.
Pretty but he is a failed. So he has like this empty. I guess that's also a good way to describe it. Is he has a vast emptiness inside of him that can never be filled. He is Father's gluttony of indulgence, and usually there's a limit to indulgence. We all hit a limit eventually. There is a stopping point, but gluttony is the idea that there is none. That we will continue to indulge no matter the consequences. And for the gluttony itself, he is the indulgent bride. There's nothing that will fulfill him. There is nothing that will ever fill up the entirety of his void. So he must continue to consume. Always hungry, always feasting, always driving, and nothing will ever fulfill him, which is why he just does whatever, he just listens. Because if he wanted to do everything he wanted, he'd consume the world and still have nothing.
Bars.
On the other hand, he's ugly.
Oh, I think he's really cute, but obviously that's in a very infantilizing way.
Yeah.
High-key. Like he's not his own person.
He's not.
Like by design.
He can communicate, he understands, he's all these kind of things, but he takes orders. That's the only way he really does. Like you gotta tell him what to do. So if you like to dom this man, if you're a commander and a dom kind of person, Gluttony's perfect because he'll listen to the orders. There are times where he can resist his natural urge to eat. He does complain about it. He's like, oh, I do this, but he does care. He does have a lot of love for his siblings. That's something that's also aware. He does have love in his heart. So, because when a good example of this is when Greed is first resurrected as Ling, he is the first one to greet him, and it's like, "Hey, hi, like welcome back, brother. We've missed you," like kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he's got love in his heart there. But it doesn't change the fact that he's ugly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, big old teeth.
There is something also, devastating when. Just like Gluttony, who is attempting to understand so much when he is like nothing at the same time. He's like slow to understand, like, I don't know, the more complicated plans. Actually, I think for the most part, big picture, he knows what he's doing.
Yes.
He listens to lust and envy and whatever.
Yes.
And they all love him, and that's another family-oriented. If we want to talk about mommy issues, we now have daddy issues.
Yeah,
so
we're here now.
Hey, I have my 6 other sisters and my dad. He's hooked up to thousands of tubes in a wall,
and that he
Don't
does not
worry
give a
about
shit
it.
about me, and would rather. And every time I try to express independence, he thinks I'm gonna lose shit, and it ultimately leads to me being consumed myself. Because he understands when lust dies, he goes crazy.
Oh, that's right.
Man goes wild.
That's right. Because like, that is like not your sister, but that's someone that you're like metaphysically
connected to.
Entwined to.
Yeah. So when lust dies, he's distraught genuinely, and when he finds out that who's involved in his death, he purposely seeks them out. And he's like, I'm here to beat the shit out of you. I'm sad you killed Lust. Lust was my favorite person in the world. I'm gonna kill you now. But because he gets kind of like wrapped up in that idea of just like mindlessness and wanting to get revenge, that's how Pride takes advantage of that. And Pride eats him. And ultimately, again, we've talked about it before on the show, each sin kind of gets their comeuppance in their form. And for Gluttony, he was consumed. As somebody who ate everything and it was indulged into his indulgences, was indulged upon and eaten by pride.
Absolutely.
He's also the second one to die. He's actually canonically the second homunculi to die, right after Lust. I think it goes.
Is that true? Damn,
Yeah.
I remember him lasting for so much longer for some reason.
Well, it's because Lust died mad early in the series, to be honest. She died very fast.
Mm.
She died very early on, and then they all started dying real fast and later do the end credits, because then it goes Lust, Gluttony, I think Sloth dies next, Envy, Wrath, Pride, and then Greed. Or actually, I think Pride before Wrath. So, but all to say, he's reached his natural conclusion, as we should, with him, because I think there's really not much to talk about. He's a very simple character.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. If I think most of the deaths of the homunculi followed along the Dante's Inferno's symbolic punishments for all of them. Lust, people who sinned with lust were like burned with fire. Greed people, there was like actual like boiling gold related, and for those that were gluttons in their life, they are also eaten by other spirits of gluttony. So although he comes from such an interesting upbringing, just the unfortunate life of a homunculi.
So
Of a homunculus, whatever.
for the last time this episode, let's jump into the Papo scale, and we're gonna rapid fire this one a little bit, because like I said, there's really not much to talk about. We've talked about other homunculi. We kind of get it in the picture. Possibility. He's more possible than the other homunculi. The reason being, he's more active.
Yeah.
The other ones aren't really that active. They're hiding in the background. He and Lust were like the main agents going around. Him, Lust, and Envy were like the main three going around doing shit. So I would give this a 3. A 3 for encountering every other possibility. He's going to eat you first. The odds of him fucking you?
I give
Low.
it maybe a 4. I don't think he knows what fucking is.
I don't either.
His hand in marriage. Attractiveness?
2. He's not. No, not even 2. Actually, I take that back. I think 4. He's got like this like a cuteness to him, like you said. Like there's like an interest there, but when it comes to sexiness, which is what my main factor is, he's not that sexy.
He's not Sasuke. Apparently, that's my metric.
If he's not Sasuke, he ain't it. Which he's bad. Sasuke sucks. Anyways, that's another topic for another time.
If he doesn't look like Sasuke, I don't want him. I'm also choosing a 4. Audacity. It's pretty audacious. I would say 1 to a 2. 1.5. I think we'll keep it there. 1.5. I'm going to. I feel like you could distract him enough with conversation, and then he falls in love with you.
Well, yeah, he actually does talk in battle. Like he talks to people and like has full on conversations. So odds aren't
And then
limited.
Lust and Envy are like gluttony.
Yeah, Gluttony, come on, step back in. And then he's
Sweetie, honey,
sweetie. We need you to focus up here. Focus up, King.
focus up. Fuck off. Parental acceptance
Ain't happening. He's eating my parents. 1.
But
what?
But with Beelzebub girl, who could also eat your parents, and the cultural standpoint, if he can. Okay, the thing is that he is a bottomless pit, so that is absolutely a problem.
Yeah. Go on. Let's see.
And turning into a metal steak is far more manageable than the incalculable existence of being a failed portal to God. So I see.
What's your score?
2.
Okay. All right. There was worry there for a second.
What's your score?
I said 1. There's no way. He's eating my parents.
Oh.
So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
All right. We got the scores calculated. Let's give a quick prayer to Father for our 7 sins. And
Dear Daddy.
Dear Daddy, first of all, thank you for sinning. All right. We're going to continue that prayer and pause for math.
So unfortunately, we must mourn. I must mourn because we are no longer twinsies this episode.
Oh, hands separated. We're separated. Twins separated at birth. Gone away.
That is okay. Cleric for Gluttony from MFA, you got a 2.4. I got a 3.
Wait, what the fuck did you just say?
Which gives what?
Did you say Gluttony from MFA?
Maybe Michigan Fine Arts. Master's degree of Fine Arts.
Master's degree of Fine Arts. Yeah.
Gluttony MD got a 2.7 all together,
All right.
which gets him right in between, on the same scale as Mothman.
Wild. Honestly, that's actually wild.
Wild.
Mothman, thinking about it objectively, Mothman should probably be higher. But again, I think we took all the lore into account. But I like bug people. I think he should be higher. But, debate about that on Twitter, but don't add me. Or you can. I don't know. Do what you want. Live your life. I ain't your mother. So, Joe,
We learned a lot today.
we learned a lot today. We talked a lot about gluttony and sins and all that. For Joe, for this episode, who wins out? I think I know, but
Beelzemon.
yeah.
Today our winner for the best fuckable gluttonous monster is Beelzemon
Yeah.
from Digimon Tamers with a 4.8.
Winner.
Beelzebub from Umineko in our mid little area, 4.5, and Gluttony from MFA, a 2.7.
Shame. Truly a shame, but where he belongs, in the back of the pack. Honestly.
God, you hate him so much.
I hate a lot of things a lot. So, he's not special.
Ask me what I learned this episode.
Okay, Joe, what did you learn this episode? Oh, okay, the sunglasses are coming back. They're on?
Anime girls with twin pigtails, even though they are one-dimensional. That's how I like my women anyway.
What? I like my women one-dimensional. No other traits, just
I
one
listen
thing.
to my mommy too.
My mommy's rules. That's it. Only mommy time.
And it's because of my fear of my mother, I treat women online horribly. Don't you think?
Because of a resentment I had with my mom, no woman will ever match up. Bing, bing, bing.
Bing bong. That's what the bing bong guy was talking about.
Fuck your mother, bing bong. Okay, the regular glasses are coming
Autism.
back. Yeah, we do have that, I think. Bye.
Bye.
Please don't forget me by my name, even if it's all a game. Your words will remain when you said that I was your ambition. I don't know reality or fiction, no. Oh, oh. Oh, oh. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Or
I need everyone to know right now, before we jump into this, this might be my breaking point for the show. I'm gonna read the description, but no, I think this might be the last episode. So let's just get into it.